Yo, what's up, Hustle Nation? We're talking digital marketing for network marketers. And I thought I'd just do this live over the shoulder training. And I'll take questions live for the next 20 minutes or so. But I just kind of want to show that if you are building a network marketing downline and COVID has really thrown you for a loop, the out and about contacting isn't, what it used to be. And you're trying to figure out, how do you find prospects? How do you use social media? What's the best way to do it where you're not spamming people and all that kind of stuff? I'm going to create a series every Friday at noon, and I might even add a second day of the week where I'm going to be showing you some of the strategies that I use to literally recruit over 400 people in the last 5 years into my personal downlines. And guess what? 95% of those people came to me. That's right. I didn't have to go to them. I use what's called attraction marketing. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And we're not going to talk about it. I'm going to be about it. I'm going to show you what I do on a day-to-day basis to create my prospects and ultimately create members for my team and customers. So let's get to it. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into.
All right, so I'm just going to share my screen and I'm just going to kind of go to work. And if you guys, I see some questions pop up in the chat, I will address those, but I kind of talked you through a little bit of what I'm doing. But go ahead, comment in the chat where you're from. What network marketing company are you representing today? And where are you on your network marketing journey? Are you new? Are you been around for a while? Were you crushing it with your out and about prospecting and now you're trying to go online? Let me help you in building your business and or your downline, because this is a skill. If you master it, it's going to be great for you. But then when you master how to teach it to your downline, imagine what I am right now. I'm trying to get my downline to a place where over the next 2, 3, 4 years, if they just do half of what I did and they personally recruit 200 people, right? What does that do for my team? That's what I want you to recognize and really see, that this stuff is worth doing. And I put a resource in the comments as well. If you want to get some additional training, you can use the Builderall platform that I use. There's training in there from one of the top network marketers in the industry who does it this way as well. So you can check that out. But let me just go ahead and hit share screen. And I'm Facebook is my big platform. I'm learning a little bit about Instagram, but really Facebook is my thing, right? So I'm going to share this screen. All right, let me do that. Okay, wait a minute. I should have hooked this up on the TV in this room so I have a second monitor, but so let me just do that and bang. All right, so you guys should be able to see my screen, and I'm just going to hop out on my phone real quick and make sure that everything is tracking as well. And I'm just going to go to work, man. I'm going to show you how I do what it is that I do. So let's see. Man, I'm going to show you. There we go. All right. So one of the things that I've done over the last 5 years is I've built this page called the Financial Health Mentor page. Now, my MLM is in the financial education space, right? It's a service-based company. So I built what's called an authority page where I've got lots of followers, and I just feed those followers every day with content to help them think more about their money, giving them some tips and strategies that they could leverage to grow their finances. So I'm going to go here to the main page, and I'm going to show you what I do. First is I engage with the people who engage with me. That's number one. I engage with the people who engage with me. So in order to get engagement, you must put out content that people want to engage with. So if we look here, you'll see that. Let me just open this up just a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. I'll zoom in a little bit more. All right, there we go. So if I scroll down, it's going to show me my most recent posts and things of that nature. So watch this. This is my most recent post, and I just asked a question, agree or disagree. And it says, what rich people won't tell you. You won't get rich off a salary alone. Inflation steals your wealth, so invest. Buy assets, not liabilities. Never spend more than you make. Pay yourself first, always, and then compound interest works wonders. So right now, the amount of comments on this thread aren't many, but I will engage with the ones that are here. So I'm going to say, Ebony says, absolutely agree, 100%. And I'm going to say, yep, I'm with you. Are you by chance already part of our economic empowerment movement? So understand the power of asking questions, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm asking her a question because even if this goes no further than her just responding saying, no, I'm not. Well, guess what? That gives me another comment on the thread, and that tells Facebook that I engage with my audience and my audience engages back. So I'm doing Facebook a solid by keeping people on the platform. They're going to do me a solid by sharing this in front of more of my fans. Marianne Williams says, go. So he's in agreement. And I'm going to say, I'm going to hit back with a GIF myself. And I don't know anything about doing that. That's something that I'm just trying to learn how to do. But I'm going to say, thanks so much for engaging. Which one is currently working for you? Again, I'm asking questions. I'm asking questions. So not that many comments on that one, but there's two. So I'm asking questions to see how I can engage. Now, here's something else that Facebook shows me, and this is why I like building a business page versus a personal page. But you see that 56 people have shared this and 110 people have liked or hearted it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and look at all the people who shared it. So Maxine Bond, if I hover over Maxine Bond, Wisconsin, I'm trying to find, my business is based in United States and Canada. So I try to look at the people who are in the States and Canada. So I'm going to hit like, and then I'm going to comment. Thanks so much for sharing. Have you ever heard of the extra digit movement? Again, asking questions. Let me get that fixed. But guess what? I'm not only asking Maxine Bond a question, I'm asking anybody on her timeline who sees this post a question. So Paul Walker, do the same thing. I'm going to like, and I'm going to say, Paul, appreciate you sharing Are you familiar with our economic empowerment movement? Right? I just got a set few questions that I will ask. And those are some of my favorite because it makes people think. When I say movement, people want to be part of something bigger than themselves. And economic empowerment, people know that they're trying to get their money right. Right. So looks like Paul shared it twice. So I'm going to go on to LCS Graham. Again, if I hover, I try to see if there's any information that I can see about those folks. Doesn't give me any information, but I'm going to do the same thing for sharing LCS or you. And I'm changing this up a little bit so Facebook doesn't slap me on the wrist and say I can no longer comment. Have you checked out our economic empowerment movement yet? Right. So this is me just saying, I'm saying it like I know you're interested in it. Have you had a chance to check it out yet? And I'm just going to see. So Gigi Lombardi, let me see if doesn't tell me anything. And I don't want to click off of here, but technically I could right click on this and open it up in a new window. Open in a new tab. And then I can go and see their profile, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just trying to get through about 10 or 15 of these today. Joey Monroe. All right. Self-employed. Now, this is information that I could use. So I'm going to say, I like it. I'm going to comment. I'm going to say, Joey, my friend, thanks for sharing. I see you're self-employed. What do you do, if you don't mind me asking? Guys, remember, we're in the relationship business. So I'm building rapport and relationships as I go. Bernard Nunez studied at Kemper Military College, Spectrum Business. He's got his vaccine. I see he's representing proudly that he's got his vaccine. So I'm just trying to pick up any little intel. But the thing is the same. Thanks for sharing. Bernard. Are you familiar with empowerment movement? I would just work through these things, man. I would just work through and power through, work through and power through. I'm trying to generate leads. I'm trying to generate connections. I'm trying to see who's positive and who's not, right? Who would be a good fit for me to work with. Remember, as a network marketer, you choose who you work with. So Roland Mormon out of Vermont, bang. Thanks so much for sharing, Roland. Have you checked out our economic movement yet? All right, now I'll do two more because you keep doing too many. Facebook might say you're abusing the system. Lives in Georgia, from Louisiana. I'm gonna say bang. What's up, Chris? for sharing. Are you already part of our economic empowerment movement? Question mark. All right, and then I'll do one more. And I know this guy from his podcast, so instead of asking about the movement, thanks for sharing. When can we connect you guys on his hustle show? Bang. So question, I'm working and I'm engaging people on Facebook. That's what Facebook wants me to do. So I'm just working it, man. I'm just working it. So that was one post and I did about 10, but you see it was shared by 56 people. So I can go through and engage with all 56 of those people. So I'm gonna go here. So LSG has mentioned me in her comments. Let's see. She said, no, just love the post. All right. So really, that might not go anywhere. She just said no. Rick Gaston, no, I am not familiar with it. So that's somebody else who has responded, but it's not letting me connect with my people the way it normally does. All right, so let me go back to that post. Wait a minute, there we go. So I'm gonna go back to that post. If you guys got questions, go ahead and put them in the chat about anything MLM related, not just what I'm doing. I've been at this successfully for the last 6 years. So any questions about anything MLM related? I know they got a code in this room. All right, so I'm gonna go back to this post. Now it was 56 shares, now it's 63. More people have shared it. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna go find, see if I can find LSG, LSC, or LCS. And normally I'm doing all this on my phone too, by the way, guys. But I'm doing it here for you guys. But normally I'm doing this on my phone while I'm out and about. I'm standing in the line. He says, no, I'm not familiar with that. If you know any wants to save, make, and or grow money, it's a great group to connect with. Let me know. Cool. So see, I'm just having dialogue. I'm trying to build relationships, and he might come back and say, oh man, that's something that I'm interested in. And then I'll ask him if we can connect. So I'm scrolling. She said, no, just love the post. And I'm just gonna reply, have a dollar. Oh, okay, cool. If you know anyone that wants to save, make, and or grow their money, let me know. Cool. And boom, I'm just working it. And so now I just put in the work, and then I'll watch my notifications, who's following up, who's hitting me back, that kind of stuff. And I just keep doing this. So now you'll see I've got, this one has got 7 comments on it. This is actually my podcast, right? So I can go and look at the comments on the podcast and see. And I want to show love to the people who engage with my daily podcast. I walked away from my job last year, kind of burnt out, knowing that working for someone else just wasn't for me. Your show is motivation and education. Bro, I appreciate that so much. Show. And I'm going to say the same thing to him. If you know anyone that wants to save, make, and or grow their money, let me know. Cool. Now I'm asking a question that most people can't say no to. And if he doesn't jump out and say, man, I need to save, make, or grow or want, then he's not my prospect. And I am 100% okay with that. I just hope he continues to like and share the stuff from the page, right? So it says, let's say it's crazy that the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is application, not skill. It literally blows my mind. All you have to do is try. You are so right. Just showing up is a real difference maker, right? So now I'm asking him, isn't showing up a real difference maker? So he can come back with a response. If he comes back with a response, then maybe I'll take the conversation in a different direction. Cortez, how do you go about managing the uncontrollable? I always plan out. So I addressed this actually live on the podcast, so I don't have to respond to all of these, but always add a little time cushion in your calendar. For the uncontrollable. Make sure you're determining if the uncontrollable is, quote, truly uncontrollable. So just engaging. Should have ended that with a question some kind of way. But these guys have shown up on my podcast. He said, man, you must be spying on my life. Those big things keep getting pushed back. Lived it, bro, and it's more common than you think. That's mastering the art of doing the big things first puts you so far ahead of everyone else. Make sense? End it with a question. So maybe he'll come back with another response. You guys got any questions? We got 5 more minutes. I've got to jump off. I actually got another call that I got to get on right at 12:30. So let's see. Eric Troop mentioned me in his comments. So, and let's see, what was the other notification? And sometimes the notifications don't happen immediately like this. Sometimes they won't hit back till later. They might be at work or whatever. So I'm going to go back up to Eric Troop and see if I refresh. And go back down. I'll see what Eric's response was. All right, and you see Joy. Let's hit Joy up real quick. Joy just, he said work. So I asked him which one was working the best for him. He said work right now. So I'm gonna go back. All right, it's weird because I got it zoomed in so much that I can't get to where I'm trying to get to. There we go. All right, so I'm just gonna go back down and check Eric Troop's comments and see what he said. All right, so. And I might do this for an hour a day. So he said, for sure. All right, cool. Appreciate that. See, even if it doesn't go anywhere, I at least got one more comment out of him. And that's going to boost this post out to more of my followers. So hopefully you guys understand that you got to do the work, people. You got to do the work. Online, offline, network marketing is about networking as well as doing the actual work to be successful. So tell all your networking marketing buddies that they can see me for right now every Friday at noon, and we do live Q&A. I'm going to show you how I'm building my network marketing downline using the internet, primarily Facebook, but I'm starting to venture out into Instagram a little bit as well. LinkedIn has got I'm not on LinkedIn as much as Facebook, but if you got value out of this, make sure you subscribe to the page and share it with your network marketing buddies. And don't forget that resource in the comments will show you how you can get access to more digital marketing training like this, as well as a platform that you can use to create your online recruiting system. So check that out. Till next time, get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.